Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into this finals of the first Summer Circuit NA Cup right now. Of course, this is Eager versus Match Point, as Eager were able to take the game in the other side of the semi-finals bracket. On the left side of your screen, we've got, of course, Eager, Wi-Fi on Cassie, Z1 Unknown on that Androxus, JAKEB on Kinessa, Cammy on that Buck, and Bitey on Victor. Of course, on the other side of things, the Match Point victors from the last series, Smidgen on that Eevee, stolzey on Androxus, SuhhhKyle on Victor, Kusqt on Kinessa, and doesupz on Cassie.
Burn cards actually comparatively to the EU, as we saw a lot of Havens picked up initially. We're seeing morale boosts on almost every champion right now. Cammy, the Buck player for the side of Eager, picking up a Cauterize. It's quite curious. The initial point spawn is at Iggly, but as always, the fight is going around the high ground up at Waterfall. And so far, I mean, we've seen one kill go in favor of Eager right now. Everybody on there sitting on a one streak right now, but the kills are coming back in force as Match Point start to dismantle their enemies.
Smidgen with a great blink sets up doesupz. He picks up a triple kill there, actually. Z1 Unknown shuts him down. SuhhhKyle picks him up, however, and with the help of Smidgen, they clean house. Despite stolzey getting caught so far out of position right at the start and cleaned up by Eager. A good freeze blink coming out from Smidgen, and just the free-for-all of doesupz rolling in and picking up those kills allows them to take first point control.
I just want to talk about something real quick. We've got a Kinessa on both teams, and in previous tournaments, we've seen Kinessa basically be, oh, you don't pick Kinessa on Glacier Keep because you haven't got the right line of sight, and she's absolutely garbage here. And then yesterday, as well as today, the top two teams in each region actually going ahead and picking up Kinessa, looking for the sniper battles and hold that thought as Kusqt pops the ultimate, looks for the damage to Kyle, finds Z1 Unknown. Bitey's actually looking to pressure Kusqt right now, goes on to the objective for just a second, no, is forced away as the pressure from Smidgen is a little bit too good. Now Kinessa on the point as well, they're going to capture it. Match Point take the first objective of the game, leading 2-0 right now, as Eager don't really seem to have any kind of response.
I tell you what, Kusqt might not have hit any shots when he popped that ultimate, but he forced them all to just run straight into the Eager arms of Match Point, as you might say, and he just picks
you hear
them
that
up.
ultimate though, you hear that ultimate audio cue, and you just run, right? There's nothing you don't want to be anywhere near the Kinessa or anywhere down a long line of sight once that ultimate goes, which is the audio cue is try and run you have to do indeed, because one shot, potentially a KO if the headshot damage is good enough. Death awaits you all though. Damage from stolzey rains down from above, and JAKEB takes him out in the air.
Snipes in mid-air, great kill by him. Smidgen, the last one left standing, as the rest of them on the front get taken down, but he might actually find a kill here. Reflex comes out, Smidgen's pulled in a lot of problems right now. Buck jumps coming out, nice blink back, catches Z1 Unknown, trying to survive, doesn't quite manage to do so. The team do get there just in time to watch him die. Smidgen down, Wi-Fi picking that one up. The rest of the team, it's now a question of whether they will commit to a 4v5 or if they're going to wait for another full push. SuhhhKyle, he goes into the cave, wiped out, netted and taken down. Cammy picks that one up. Z1 Unknown now going forwards. Wi-Fi taken down. Cammy and JAKEB, though, they're cleaning up. stolzey and doesupz down. Cammy doesn't even die. He gets out in the back. Kusqt does pick up Bitey on that Victor, being too far forwards, but this is a great hold from Eager.
We're seeing the payload stalled out perfectly at cliff top right now. No blasters on either team, but still the payload being held. Nobody able to get through. It's the pressure from Kinessa that's actually stalling it out right now, as both Kinessas on either team are just dishing out so much damage that as soon as you step towards the payload, you're in a whole bunch of trouble. But the damage from Eager is good, and it's better than Match Point right now, as they look to make another hole. The payload has gone through the cliff top choke point right now, but as the final player left alive, that is going to be SuhhhKyle, by the looks of things, going to be chased down by all of Eager. The hold and the defensive play is too good to break.
And I tell you what, they get to the high ground, and that's probably a mistake with the composition that the side of Eager are running up there. They've got a Cassie and a Kinessa just aiming down that long line of sight. The moment that Match Point run onto that high ground to try and take control of it, they get mowed down. But stolzey, he's now making a good case against that. He gets up, gets Z1 Unknown as well. JAKEB, the only one to pick up a kill so far. Now trying to pick up another. He snipes out SuhhhKyle. Kusqt gets Cammy. The shot's going either way, but JAKEB, he's the one to fall. stolzey cleans that up into overtime. overtime right now. The payload rolling its way forwards. Kusqt on the stolzey on the payload, trying to keep it into overtime. The rest of the team looking for a flank. Kusqt on the Knessa finds a good spot, but Wi-Fi is there to try and clean him up. There's Bitey finds stolzey as well. It's just Smidgen on the payload. He actually blinks away and stops ticking it over. Kusqt taken down as well, and that's the overtime. Failing there. A good attempt by match point, not able to keep it ticking over though, and I feel that was a bit of a mistake there from the side of match point to split up so much when really they only needed Kusqt to go in the base for the flank.
Well, I'm going to try and look into the mind of Smidgen right there, because Smidgen blinked away, looked to put the pressure onto Wi-Fi, I think it was, but then Smidgen is running the wormhole build on Eevee, which means that with Wormhole 3 equipped, for 6 seconds after blinking, you may reactivate Blink to return to your original location. So with the intention of getting a kill from next, blinking out from next to the payload, getting the kill, picking up the health nugget, then coming back in to take it back into overtime, but shut down too quickly, wasn't able to do so. The burn cards are on the board right now. JAKEB actually opting in for, that would be Veteran on Knessa, so increased out-of-combat healing. But on the other side, Matchpoint going for a triple cauterized strategy, this time looking to shut down Cammy, the unstoppable force of nature on Buck, which did a great job of defending, and already a fight's breaking out.
Ooh, Eager have the Cassie ultimate to use for an advantage early on, but they don't actually get any damage off with it. They're forced away by a barrage despite having that big ultimate as an advantage for them. Smidgen and doesupz, they find the kills. The scout was just almost not used whatsoever there. Wi-Fi popped at the start, but they weren't able to engage due to the great positioning and early use of that barrage coming out from SuhhhKyle. Now they have point control and they're rolling forwards. Smidgen, with the help of stolzey, are pressuring them out. He's got to be careful though. Z1 unknown trying to do what he can, but he can't find the kill. doesupz picks that one up, but now the flank coming up. Cammy and the rest of the team coming in.
Oh, the snipes! The snipes! Kusqt pops the ultimate, hits Cammy in midair, finish off by stolzey. doesupz again, stolzey again. The kills are just coming through from match point. They don't want any of what Eager's talking about. They don't want any of what Eager's selling right now. And the flank actually falls flat there. Cammy just shut down in midair, but even before they hit the ground, if I'm not mistaken there. And really, that was the key to Eager's success. If Cammy could get in, deal some big AoE damage with that heroic leap contact onto the ground, and maybe start wiping players out, or just being a distraction, they might have had the opportunity to come back through, but they didn't end up doing so, and they got blasted down, and straight away stolzey with the accursed arm takes down one, looks to find a second, no eyes on there, but already the payload's making its way towards Eager's base.
Big kill, however. That's Kusqt down. No Knessa right now on this attack to try and cancel the other side out. And Cammy and Z1 unknown in the cave. They're cleaning. Z1 unknown trying to find the one on stolzey right now. The Androxus duel supported as well by the side, by JAKEB on that Knessa. They'll pick that one up with the help of Wi-Fi too. And now Bitey and Kusqt facing it out. Victor versus
the three-man freeze!
But the shot lands, picks that one up. Smidgen, the rest of the team now trying to come down the choke. JAKEB with a great sniper shot, picks that one up, shuts Kusqt down. Despite some kills there in the back, they're not able to really gain any ground from it. They still have to go for a reset here.
Time on the clock is 8 minutes and 22 seconds right now. The payload stalled out at clifftop choke points. There's 1 minute and 15 left on the clock for them to be able to push it through. That is match point, but Cammy picking up stolzey in the backside of things is going to make it difficult. Once again, match point not too good at aggressing through these choke points right now, as they seem to be split up and very fragmented. Eager playing fantastically on the defense. If only they could play this well, actually coming through into the objective points as Z1 unknown picks up SuhhhKyle, struck out of barrage right there. The payload has been escorted through. Kusqt with the ultimate now has the opportunity to make some plays, but he's shut down again. JAKEB shutting down doesupz. Z1 unknown with a double kill now onto two members of Match Point Gaming, and the payload stalled out once more.
I love what Cammy is doing with this Buck. This is what should happen when you play Buck in this meta right now. You don't play as a tank player. We saw him try and get on that checkpoint earlier and just get shut down instantly. He's just not beefy enough. What he should do is he's really that kind of assassin player. We see him as soon as someone gets low, he just stomps his way in, lands on top of them, and cleans up the kill.
Just like that.
With the help of Wi-Fi, they pick up Smidgen in the back, and despite being on the defense, they're on the attack. Cammy with another stomp. Picks up stolzey as well. It's just SuhhhKyle and Kusqt in the back, trying to defend their own spawn point right now, and they're not given any ground to do so.
And Eager seem to be slowly figuring out match point whilst they're not having any luck so far on the objectives. they are having luck on the payload defenses, or they're not having luck, they're having great skill and great play in order to prevent the payload this time from reaching anywhere close to their base. The score is 4-2 in favor of match point right now. The burn cards are coming through. We're seeing Cauterize has picked up once more on the side of match point, looking to shut this Buck down. Smidgen now has also picked up resilience, maybe to deal with the net shot coming out of Buck, as they're getting locked down very, very easily. Cammy running that Chronos card there, so more heroic leaps, and I think that's what his build is really focusing around. Going up to the next objective, it has spawned on mine, some long lines of sight initially where the Kinessas will start to duel each other out, but I'd be scared if I was match point on this one because it provides a fantastic flanking route for Cammy, and if we can check in with Cammy as they try and flank around the backside, looking to catch all of match point by ambush, we might find match point at a bit of a deficit.
Out. They're going to go for the counter flank. They knew it was coming. stolzey picks up one with the accursed arm. The reflect comes out. It's good. He's still alive at the moment. Does manage to get away. He picks up Wi-Fi as well. Smidgen in the back. They get Z1 and JAKEB.
How is stolzey
still alive?
Well, not for much longer, though, as Bitey does wipe out stolzey. The barrage is good, but quickly answered back with a kill from Smidgen. Actually, Bitey picking that up with an afterlife, if I'm not mistaken there. But good grief, stolzey able to stay alive so much throughout all of that, and that's why we're seeing the Cassie's picked up on these teams. You mentioned it earlier, Tattle. And, I mean, Cassie has that ultimate available to her, as well as morale boost, increasing the charge rate of that. It's called Scout, and exactly what does Scout do?
Scout, of course, the main thing you'll notice straight away, you hear that bird come down, and everyone on the enemy team becomes visible, no matter what. It's great for seeing that flank, it's great for spotting it out and countering it. As well as that, though, it increases all damage taken by 15%, which is a huge advantage in a 5v5 fight if you can get it over your enemy team.
And especially because I think both these Cassies may well be running the Fatal Sign card. Let me just check in with doesupz there. And indeed, enemies affected by Scout take 20% more damage on doesupz right there. doesupz picking up a kill. The spawn camp was coming out for a little while from Eager, but now on the back foot, Bitey trapped 1 versus 3, retreating right into the payload spawn, forced to hustle away whilst continuing to dish out some damage, and maybe just a little bit of harassment on the backside. Is in a very bad position. Nobody able to contest the payload. It's making its way towards Clifftop. The freeze is not going to come out from Smidgen very effectively, but Eager, they're going to start to be dismantled if they're not careful. Bitey picks up SuhhhKyle on the backside, and they look to make a hold.
Eager are too aggressive, though, it seems. Bitey picks up a great double kill, however, with that barrage. Shuts down this very, very aggressive and great push coming out from the side of match point. Z1 Unknown as well finds the kill onto Kusqt, and they finally slow down this push from match point. It was looking scary for them for the moment. But the thing I find right now is the issue is match point. They're getting every single point. It's in their name. Eager. They have a great defense, but you cannot win off of that. Eager need to work something out in these points. They can get the points up that they need on this defense to try and claw their way back into the game to give them some comeback potential, but they will eventually need to win one of these points.
Well, what we're observing is that they keep on going for flanks and being spotted out by the Scout ultimate coming out from doesupz, right? So something definitely has to change. I certainly agree with you there, Hold. That Tortoise barrage comes around the backside of the high ground. SuhhhKyle takes out JAKEB, the Kinessa player on the side of Eager. Now under a lot of fire from Undroxus, will be punished for it, but that's opened up the path for this payload to be pushed through, as long as Cammy doesn't stop the payload being that big tanky buck, which he is right now, and he's forced out immediately as the Fatal Sign ultimate onto him will cause increased damage, and oh my gosh, he's taking so much damage right now. The payload going forwards uncontested as the kills from match point come through, and Tattle, I mean, Eager they have to put up a defense right now. How are they going to do it? Who's their target prioritization? Who do they have to kill?
JAKEB has to come up huge here, and that's definitely not it. He gets taken down. Z1 Unknown as well falls, and he pops his ultimate there as well. Accursed Arm to try and claw back after that very, very disastrous play. SuhhhKyle with a great flank. The thing about the defense here from Eager is JAKEB. If he is up, then stolzey, Smidgen, and a lot of the other picks, stolzey and Smidgen especially, though, because of their aerial maneuverability, are completely shut out. They cannot get into position to flank, and they cannot do anything safely to deal damage. But SuhhhKyle, with the binoculars from afar, rains down those orbital barrages straight onto JAKEB, and as soon as he goes down, that is stolzey's time to shine. He goes up onto the high ground. He picked up a triple kill on the side there. 21 and 10 as well. It is showing. He cleans up. The rest of the team sweep through a match point, find their first conversion.
The next objective has spawned on Igloo, and potentially the last one of the game. Up into the air, though. A Cursed Arm comes down. It rains down Hellfire. JAKEB picks up one. No kill for stolzey, though, with the Cursed Arm. The kill might come back in favor. No, Bitey picks up Smidgen as well. Eager, they're holding this one, even though Wi-Fi is incredibly low, and the Scout now ultimate has now been popped. If Eager can just disengage and hold for a second, they have a chance to come back right into this one. And the frag grenade was fantastic from Bitey. Bitey now very low, being forced away. It's going to be body blocked for just a second, but Eager, they've actually figured match point out for once, and they start to take objective control. Now, match point, they are at a win condition here. They can no longer win off a defense, so they have to make their way back onto this objective or give Eager a potential way back into the fight. Tattle, how do you break this this spawn? How do you go for the retake here? Does it come down to Kusqt and the snipes as he just takes out Bitey there? Will it come down to more pressure?
It's taking out JAKEB. They need to find that kill on him. He was pivotal just then on that attack. They defended him well, and this is what I'm talking about. He's just getting back to the point, and Kusqt and Wi-Fi shut him out. Meanwhile, on the other side, that's a great freeze from Smidgen. That's 2 kills for them. Eager, they're wiping them out. Kusqt with another one, and there goes the barrage trying to do something. It's trying to get it back. Bitey clawing his way in, does find stolzey with that ultimate, but he's not able to find anything else. doesupz and Kusqt as well on the side. They find the kill, and it just looks like it's all over for the side of Eager as doesupz and Wi-Fi the 1v1. He finds the double kill. Now looking for the triple kill onto Z1 Unknown. Smidgen steals that away. It's just Cammy. A Cursed Arm to shut him down. Imprisonment to keep himself alive. It's not going to be enough. 86, 89, ticking up. Kusqt with a snipe finds the final killing blow of the game. And Eager knocked out by match point in that first game. Very dominant attack on their side on those points. And it's really rough looking for Eager right now. They've got to try and figure out these control points, otherwise the next game, my opinion, is looking to go in a very similar fashion.
I'm going to be in complete agreement with you there. I don't think anybody can state otherwise. Whilst Eager did take initial control of that final capture point, that final objective right there, we didn't see them able to hold it. And let's take a look at the scoreboard before we go any further. stolzey. Look at stolzey. Look at Kusqt right there. The carry is coming out on this side of match point. 22, 12, and 14 is the slash line with KDA on the side of stolzey. But Kusqt as well, actually picking up on Kinessa, the highest damage in the game. Nobody was able to pressure them. Although Cammy got some good leaps off, looked to drop some damage, Kusqt was able just to knock them out of the air. So Tattle going into Temple Ruins, well, we're kind of likely to see Kinessa coming through once more unless stolzey switches back onto Sky. How do you shut down these high-value targets? Because Buck, all throughout the tournament, just has not been working.
Buck not doing a lot, especially against Kusqt. Cammy needs to be the one to get behind him. It's the issue I see with this Buck. It is a pick all about assassinating this backline. It doesn't work as a tank pick. And Cammy has his moments of real where he shines through. He jumps onto the targets, he finds those picks. The issue is he can't find that pick against Kusqt. He can't get far enough in with that heroic leap. I prefer to see a Sky.
You think so? You think
Sky or an Eevee? An Eevee also is a possibility, but we're seeing right now with the way that Eevee's freeze has changed, she has become more of a crowd control frontline character with that ice block and the blink working so well. You play very much on the front line as Eevee, and as soon as they come towards you, you block, you get a great freeze off, and the rest of your team collapse on it. It works a lot better than going for that assassin Eevee that we're so used to. Sky, I feel, really is the only sort of pick I can think of that is still in that assassin role, could still take JAKEB out, Kusqt out.
Well, I'm going to agree with you there once more, but whether Sky is the solution or not, it will be yet to see. We're yet to see, but something is for sure, and that's that Cammy's Buck is just not up to the job of taking out this Kinessa, and that's also testament to Matchpoint's play, because every time that Kusqt gets aggressed on, not only is Kus able to respond with damage of their own, but their team comes to the rescue. Whether that will change, we'll find out in Game 2 of this best of 5 set for the finals. The next map up will of course be Temple Ruins, and we'll be back very shortly with round 2. Champions of the Realm, welcome back to Paladins. This is the Paladins Summer Circuit Tournament, and my name is Vox. We're in Game 2 of Eager versus Warpath, or rather, not Warpath anymore. They are match point with the recent rebranding, and they took Game 1 over Eager. The map is now Temple Ruins, and let's take a look at the picks. On the left-hand side of your scoreboard, we have Z1 Unknown on Androxus, JAKEB on Kinessa, Wi-Fi on Cassie, Bitey on, is that a Fernando I see? And Cammy still on Buck, and that of course is Team Eager. On the right-hand side, match point, we have Kusqt on Kinessa, Smidgen on Evie, stolzey on that Androxus, which we've come to know and love. SuhhhKyle once again on Victor, and doesupz on Cassie, so no changes for match point, because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And on the other side, however, we're seeing more frontline come through, so Cammy, unable to do what he needed to alone, maybe the assistance of a Fernando now, we might see that change in favor of Eager. And Eager going immediately aggressive up in the area. stolzey, the freezes are good, but Bitey picking up first blood on SuhhhKyle. doesupz picks up a double kill, though, in return, takes out both frontline members, and that'll open up Eager wide open for decimation. stolzey picks up another kill, stolzey picks up a double. That's back-to-back doubles on the side of match point. And now, of course, we're seeing the last remaining player, JAKEB, on that Kinessa, just run away, try to get back to their team as the respawns come through. In so much trouble now as stolzey looks to chase them down. The transporter is good enough to get them out of danger for the time being, and whilst Buck does dive in, the capture point is already ticking up in favor of match point. I should probably add the little remark that Title again is experiencing some connection difficulties, but he should be back for the final potential set match of this game, or at least game 3 if Eager take a win in their favor and look to turn this one around. Eager going deep and aggressive again, look to turn the tide on to Smidgen. Smidgen in the ice block is able to heal up thanks to the reprieve card, but death awaits you all. stolzey picks up one, Kusqt with another one, and the kills are going in favor of match point right now, although you gotta watch out for Androxus up on the top side. That is Z1 Unknown dishing out so much damage. They have their own ultimate available now, but shut down by Smidgen. All the while, though, JAKEB actually taking up points on the objective in favor of Eager right now, forced to mount up and flee as the rest of the team is wiped out, but looking to open up a potential comeback for them if they're able to go and contest. The frontline tanks have come through, but JAKEB with a snipe takes out SuhhhKyle. There's 3 members of match point on the objective, but now as soon as Bitey gets there, Bitey's going to be able to hold and contest. There's all of that frontline pressure right now. Oh my gosh, doesupz takes out Bitey. Smidgen to bring Blink Freeze onto JAKEB, takes them out as well, and match point, they cannot be stopped despite the frontline, the double frontline right now. There is so much damage on the side of match point, and the initial objective goes in their favor. The payload has now spawned, and Smidgen has been left with the task of escorting that, which is peculiar as we normally see maybe the Kinessa start to hang back, but actually now Kinessa's looking up to go and snipe on the high ground, force out JAKEB, and now Z1 Unknown, who've also jumped out of the rear entrance on Temple Ruins. stolzey in a lot of trouble, going to be sniped out the air by JAKEB, unsurprising when at low health. The payload has been stalled out by Bitey now, and whilst Eager had a fantastic defense previously, we'll see if that holds up this time with the double frontline approach. So far, it's not been working. Cammy under fire from Smidgen. The damage is good onto Smidgen, but the damage from Smidgen is better. doesupz picks up Z1 Unknown on the backside of the fight as well, and now the payload, once again uncontested, will start to push towards the base of Team Eager. Barrage is incoming out from Smidgen right now. Wi-Fi in a lot of trouble, unable to be picking up any further kills. The barrage is cancelled from Smidgen. Looks to put some pressure onto JAKEB right now. The snipes are dishing out so much damage. That's a headshot onto SuhhhKyle though, but Smidgen comes to the rescue. Death awaits you all as the Androxus ultimate rains down on the side of Eager, but there's only Cammy left alive right now. That was stolzey actually dishing out the damage, and whilst the imprisonment ultimate does come down, the damage reduction is good for Cammy right now, and Cammy picks up a kill. They're sure to fall very shortly as the ultimate now popped as well by JAKEB, looking to make this defense hold, and stolzey forced to retreat. Eager, finally, they turn things around in their favor. So close to their base, but there's still a minute left on the clock. Bitey now waiting around the corner looking for the defense. This all comes down to the Kinessa picks. We're likely to see flanks come up, but actually with a spawn in a perfect position, JAKEB back on the round on the backside is able to dish out some damage, some impactful poke as the players from match point start to push their way through towards the payload once more. Eager holding them very aggressively up on the top side though is Kusqt. If we can tune in with a sniper, the Androxus, rather the Kinessa on the side of match point gaming right now as they snipe out JAKEB in midair, and now in the enemy's base, in the mouth of the enemy. They look to dish out so much damage from the top. Bitey behind a rock, likely to be picked off soon. Snipes from Kusqt not actually connecting now. They need to be very careful of the respawns coming through. Wi-Fi looks to put the pressure on. Starts to indeed, but Kusqt able to transport it out of there, be very, very safe. But all the while, the payload clock has been ticking down. There's 5 seconds left. Eager are going to have to look for the defense. And match point, they're going to take it into overtime briefly. But for how long will it hold? With the respawn proximity and the heavy frontline pressure from Eager, putting them at a bit of an advantage. There's a mortal pop from Bitey. That's a bit awkward now, as they're going to be at a deficit coming into the next objective. The barrage comes from Smidgen on the backside of things. There's only the frontline left alive. Shot out of midair as Kami. Bitey shortly to fall as well. The doesupz this time. The payload's uncontested. And shot out of the air as Zeon unknown in the cursed arm as well. There's nobody left to contest. Wi-Fi just respawns, but it's far too late as the payload is converted and 4 points to 0 lead match point. And Kusqt just hit a frag. Is doing so much work right now. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick and the burn card pickups as we get ready to go into the next objective spawn. We're seeing 3 burn cards picked up by 2 members of match points so far. Smidgen only with 2, but they've picked up a 400 and 300 cost burn card each, if I'm not mistaken, with Kronos and Rekka there. Actually going for the Rekka just to look to take down Bitey's shield very, very quickly and effectively. No, everybody on the side of match point having 3 burn cards so far. doesupz not actually selecting any burn cards, might be in a little bit of technical trouble right there. But on the other side, we're not seeing many burn cards at all picked up in favor of Eager. A pause has come through. That's likely to do with doesupz there. May be suffering from a disconnect as we don't see those burn card picks coming through. So let's take the opportunity to check out the scoreboard, check out the streaks, and examine some of the builds coming through. And what I'm really interested to see right now is Kusqt's Kinessa build. We're going to pull that right up in front of us and just have a quick look and see what's making him so effective at 7-1-7. And there we go, right in the middle of your screen, you should see the Prodigy 4 card, which increases your movement speed while scoped by 100%. This means that instead of Kinessa scoping up, having a bit of a movement speed deficit, she's going to be able to shift from side to side quite effectively and then dodge and juke out JAKEB's shots a little bit more easily. We're seeing Quick Scope 2 as well come through, which allows you to scope in a little bit faster. But this is quite interesting to me. Only Restore 3. Now, Restore 3 is a card which heals you for 30% of your maximum health after teleporting to your transporter beacon, and we often see that picks up on a rank 4 card, which actually heals you for 40% of your maximum health. But Kusqt instead prioritizing movement instead of survivability there, and it's working out quite well in their favor. We're actually seeing a very, very similar build on JAKEB as well. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, almost the same build, if we can just pull it up briefly, with the only difference being tracking instead of open season. Now, the tracking card which you see on JAKEB means that enemies affected by your oppressor mines are revealed to you for 1 second, no longer the 10-second, which tracking 1 did in previous patches, only 1. But if you can see them through walls for that 1 second and you can tell your team like, hey, somebody's coming up behind me as Kinessa, it gives you a little bit of an advance warning and allows you to stay alive a little bit more effectively. But so far it hasn't been working out, and the counter sniping or diving is just too good right now. And let's take a quick look as well whilst we have the opportunity. We're seeing the first Fernando play this tournament so far, so if we could pull up Bitey's build, I'd love to see what he's currently running. And here we go. Up on screen, Safe Travel 2, gain a 400 damage shield for 5 seconds after you charge. Insurmountable 4, when you mount up, you gain a 1000 damage shield. And Incinerate 4 as well, which reduces the cooldown of Fireball by 4 seconds. So Bitey looking to pump out those Fireballs all the more often, as well as pump out those charges. Likely going to go into the Equestrian card just to be able to proc that Insurmountable shield a little bit more often and chase down enemies. But here's what's important too. Heat Transfer 1. Every 400 damage your shield takes, it reduces the cooldown of charge by 1 second. So every time Bitey's shield takes 400 damage, 1 second reduction onto the cooldown of charge, able to gain that 400 damage for 5 seconds a little bit more often. And also, you got to remember, if you've got that shield around you and nobody breaks it, even if they start damaging you, you can still mount up. Then you have the 1000 damage shield from Insurmountable 2, and that makes Bitey very difficult to deal with. But so far, it's been taken completely apart by match point. Now, we do seem to have a little bit of a technical difficulty coming out from the side of match point. We'll go ahead and let you know what's going on in just a moment there, but doesupz seemingly unable to actually connect to the game right now, and as a result, match point may have to go ahead and play 4 versus 5 coming into the next objective, which has of course spawned on Sanctuary. And this will put them at a significant deficit. I wouldn't be surprised if Eager just came out in full force and took full advantage of this. And unfortunately, that's all they can do. All Matchpoint can do right now is play to the very, very best of their ability and see if they can pull out the unstoppable odds and the unstoppable win. Although, judging from the way that Kusqt's played so far, if he can keep on landing those shots with the snipes, it could be very, very possible. There's going to be a lot of pressure on stolzey as well to look for the impossible carry on Androxus too. And you know what? Whilst we're here and whilst we've got the scoreboard open in front of us, let's pull up stolzey's Androxus build. We're seeing Abyss Walker 4, you gain 160 health every time you dash. Equivalent exchange for heal for 40% of the damage absorbed from reversal. And these two cards in combination make Androxus very, very tanky and very, very hard to shut down, as if you have that triple dash, you gain 480 health. That's a quarter, or just under a quarter of your health pool, if I'm not mistaken. And also, your reversal can soak up a huge amount of damage. If you jump in front of, say, not in this game, but for example, a Ruckus's Hexafire at low health, absorb all that damage through reversal, you'll heal up very, very quickly to your full health, as well as having a massive projectile to lob back at your enemies. So we'll see if that can come into play. Also, gotta remember that Smidgen with that Wrecker equipped as the burn card is going to be playing an important part against Bitey this game. One thing that's important to remember about the shield interaction right now in Paladins is when you gain a shield, Wrecker will increase the damage done to shields. So if you've got a 400 shield on you and an enemy hits you with Wrecker equipped, they may deal, for example, 600. So that will, instead of 300. So that will actually mean that you take not only 400 damage onto the shield, but then 200 damage onto yourself, whereas if they didn't have Wrecker equipped, you'd only take 300 damage. That damage carries onto your health pool, as well as the shield just breaking, so the shield doesn't absorb and break, which means it can be very, very devastating. And we do, once again, apologize for the delay here with the pause coming through, and apologize for the technical difficulties which Tattle has been experiencing as well, so we can't bring you a second caster today. But I do hope you're all enjoying the show so far, and whilst we have this opportunity, why don't we go ahead and we'll do a quick giveaway for you. So right in front of me, I have a Knessa code here. It's a Knessa Viking skin, which was available, the code card was available at DreamHack Summer 2016. And we will be looking to do a giveaway via a keyword. So let's see. What shall our keyword be for today? I think our keyword will be, you know, in honor of Kusqt and the sniper plays we're seeing so far, let's go with, let's just make the keyword Knessa. So if you're interested in winning that Viking Knessa skin, you'll have a couple of minutes to do so. We'll type the keyword in now. And you'll want to enter Knessa into chat, and we'll roll that in, roll that after this game is finished, shall we say. And there we go, you can see a few people jumping in on that already. So don't forget, I just typed that word in chat. That word is Knessa for you. A chance to win the exclusive DreamHack Summer 2016 Viking Knessa skin, which is also put out in combination with the Viking event, the Viking Invasion event in Smite, another game produced by Hi-Rez Studios. And now, whilst we have a little bit of downtime, if we could pull up the scoreboard again, I'd be very grateful, as we'll take the opportunity to check out the burn cards being pulled. We talked out a little bit about Wrecker so far, but whilst this pause is going on, we can take the opportunity to talk about some of the other ones. We're going over the defensive ones first. So for those of you who are new to Paladins and you're unfamiliar with if you're unfamiliar with how burn cards work, during a match you gain credits. You start with 300 in pocket, and for every kill or elimination you get, you actually gain more, as well as getting credits for playing the objective. And hold that thought though, we can't go any further as the match has resumed. The players are ready to start advancing. The scout ultimate has been popped in favor of Ego right now, and now in favor of Matchpoint as well, as the damage starts to come through. Matchpoint in a bit of an awkward spot as 2 kills come through initially. Kusqt eliminated. Cammy wipes out SuhhhKyle as well. Cammy very low, still manages to get out the fight, and Eevee forced to soar away as doesupz just unable to make an impact right now, is forced out behind cover, and stolzey wiped out by a shot from Wi-Fi almost round the corner there, just managing to clip him, and Cammy still with an impossibly low amount of health, still alive, still going to be able to regen out of combat. And it's going to be very difficult for Matchpoint to make their way back onto the point right now. Wi-Fi very low in the Cassie duel right now. doesupz gets disengaged, forced away, sniped out by JAKEB. The ultimate popped as well. JAKEB going to drop some serious damage. The blink freeze might come through. The blink freeze did come through actually from Smidgen. That's going to keep him safe for a while. Up in the air, and death awaits you. All the Cursed Arm ultimate wipes out JAKEB, but Wi-Fi wipes out stolzey in response. The kills from Matchpoint start to come through. Despite being at a deficit right now, they're looking to turn this around in their favor. Bitey's putting the pressure onto the backline champions. SuhhhKyle in a lot of trouble, but Kusqt comes to the rescue from the respawn. And Matchpoint, they turn things around completely. It looks like doesupz has actually got back into the game, folks. So no longer at a 4v5 deficit. That is Matchpoint Gaming playing at their full force, their full roster right now, and Eager, they're feeling the pressure as they have no way to make it back onto the objective. Cammy can't even get there, shot down by doesupz in midair. Wi-Fi in an awful spot right now, shut down, doesupz get the triple kill. That's a 6-point advantage right now to Matchpoint Gaming as they look to convert this payload and go for an early win. 8 minutes and 5 seconds into the clock, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the payload push. There is potential for this conversion to lead Matchpoint Gaming at 8 points to 0 in another sweep game. And Eager so far, they haven't managed to successfully make the defense. And that's not helped by Smidgen getting deep into the backline, wiping out with a double kill there. Kusqt picks up JAKEB, showing who the better sniper really is. But actually, Kusqt in a lot of trouble now, puts himself in a very awkward position. But with Z1 Unknown looking to snipe them out. But it doesn't even matter as the reinforcements come through and the kills from Matchpoint come through again. And there's no stopping them all. JAKEB now under fire. It's forced to use transporter back into their base, looking to get a little bit of regen there. JAKEB does pick up a double kill. JAKEB looking for the triple kill on the defense. He has to make the play. They have to make the defense. SuhhhKyle has to fall right now. Wi-Fi able to provide that. The immortal ultimate used by Bitey to keep Wi-Fi alive. The damage comes through successfully. Smidgen with the blink freeze looks to pick off Wi-Fi there. Oh my gosh, the wormhole blink keeps them safe, but Z1 Unknown able to lock them down, and Eager holds strong for the time being. The payload is so close to conversion for Matchpoint right now, and if they have the opportunity to do so, they'll absolutely look to make this push. JAKEB under so much fire. The Defiance shot from stolzey dealing so much damage. Kusqt going to try and wipe him out. Kusqt under a lot of fire, though, does get the kill onto JAKEB. That's 3 kills. That's 4 kills in favor of Matchpoint right now. And Eager, they're all uncoordinated. They got hit by a pincer attack. Their backline sniper got taken down. The payload went through to conversion. 8 points to 0 lead Matchpoint versus Eager right now. At only 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, in the finals, it's another complete shutout, and Eager this time are unable to mount the defense. Bitey on Victor last game was definitely more impactful than the Fernando has been. I mean, the double frontline was a nice choice, or a nice thought to try, but it's really not working out right now, and it may actually be better for Eager to look just to make a bit of an attempt at this last objective, or potentially go in with the mindset of conceding and just working things up in the next game. There's going to have to be something changing, however, and let's check out burn cards and ultimate charges. There we go. Only 2 burn cards available across the board for Eager, compared to 3 on all but 1 on the side of Matchpoint. And that just goes to show how dominant the presence of Matchpoint has been so far. Ultimate charges, none on the side of Eager either. They've already used them. SuhhhKyle has that barrage available, but they're the only one on the side of Matchpoint with the ultimate available. And here comes the barrage, drops damage onto 2. 3 shots rain down, nothing connects, but a great triple freeze as well from Smidgen actually locks players out. But Eager, they start to look a bit aggressive here. They're starting to take a bit of a lead. stolzey and Kusqt start to answer back. stolzey likely going to be wiped out by Fernando here, as they have no way to survive the flame lance damage. Z1 Unknown getting credit for that kill. Kinessa with the ultimate drops the damage through, but everybody's behind the pillars. They can't be hit. SuhhhKyle wiped out as well. Z1 Unknown gets the double kill. They're looking to keep the pressure up. Matchpoint running away. Bitey going to mount up and chase down this Kinessa, and that's what we haven't seen so far. Bitey with a kill. Wipes out the sniper. Now Smidgen pressuring Bitey, likely to get the freeze off here, as there's nowhere for him to run. The freeze is good. The damage is better. Bitey eliminated by Smidgen, but Smidgen wiped out as well. stolzey drops the accursed arm ultimate down onto the objective as Z1 Unknown goes into reversal, and there's no damage coming through. It's completely reflected or immune, and this time Eager with a dominant showing, they come out and try and hold down this objective. 55 other points right now and half health everybody on the side of Matchpoint. They have to find some way to make their way back in, but Kusqt eliminated. Great shot from Z1 Unknown. They need some kind of ultimate pressure to try and break the base, but Z1 Unknown has an accursed arm available again, but wiped out. He's not going to be able to get back on. They have to go for the retake right now, and Matchpoint are making a real case for it, with Bitey eliminated as well, and Wi-Fi the only player left. They're going to do just that. Wi-Fi shut down by doesupz there. The respawns have to come through, but this time it's up to Matchpoint to zone and defend. It all comes down to this accursed arm ultimate, but with SuhhhKyle having barrage online, I'm not sure if they're going to make it. stolzey as well, the accursed arm almost available. And there it is, popped at ground level, almost dropping Z1 Unknown. Z1 Unknown drops it in response as well, but Eevee's ice block immune so much damage. And check that out, the blink is great, taking them out of danger. Bitey on the objective right now, pops the immortal ultimate, keeping themselves alive, trying to keep their teammates alive, but there's nobody left to keep alive. Wi-Fi there, not able to get back onto the objective on time. Bitey jumps off for just a second, and Matchpoint take game 2, and a complete and utter shutout versus Eager. What a turn of events, and we knew that Match Point were a phenomenal team, especially with the pickup of Kusqt being one of the teams which actually beat out Eager to qualify for DreamHack Summer with the Paladins Founders Tournament only a few weeks ago. But Eager, with their newly formed roster with some ex-loadout professionals as well, we're expecting a little bit more, and I don't think this is anything bad to say about Eager. I just think that this is a testament to the prowess of Match Point right now and how well they're able to play. Look at the scoreboard. Everybody on Match Point positive. Everybody breaking 40,000 damage, whereas only one player on the side of Eager managed to break 40k, and that is phenomenal right there. That is certainly something which we don't expect to see at such a high-level match, where previously the stakes have been so much higher and the players all so much closer together. And I want to highlight Smidgen this game, because we haven't talked about the Eevee so much previously. Sitting at 1,700 credits with a slash line of 3, 5, and 18. It's the 18 assists, which is really important right here. 40,000 damage, not the highest on their team, actually the lowest on their team overall. But as Tattle remarked in a previous match, Smidgen is playing the crowd controller right now with the Wormhole Blink Eevee and the Ice Block Freeze. They're looking for the big 2 or 3 man freezes, and they're able to get them off most games, which really sets up the rest of their team to actually come in and drop down the damage. Comparatively on Eager, we've seen the double frontline approach now. So far, we haven't seen an Eevee actually picked up and an Eevee utilized, and now it's all resting on this final game coming up on Enchanted Forest very, very shortly, where Eager have to switch something up to pull themselves back into it, because they're to go ahead and take the winning spot this week, they need to pull out the impossible reverse sweep. Definitely a pick change coming through. Bitey's Fernando just did not have the impact it needed to. Cammy's Buck just not having the impact it needs to. Just both shut down. They have to go for the more ranged composition. They have to go for the more tactical plays instead of the brute force aggression which we've seen previously. And with these two frontline champions, it's just not working. I want to see an Eevee in here. I want to see a Sky coming through. I know that somebody on Eager has to have a Sky. And right now, they have to pull out all the stops or they will get shut down and take second place overall. So without further ado, my name has been Vox. We have this Knessa Viking skin giveaway going ahead, and we'll get ready to roll that right now. We'll give you a minute left on the clock just as we get ready to do so. If you want to actually enter into that skin giveaway, all you need to do is type the word Knessa in chat. We've got 1 minute on the clock for that. We'll cut to a short break now, and I'll post the results in Twitch chat in just a second.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, champions of the realm, as we get into this third and possibly final match as Match Point. They're at Match Point right now, coming into this game. Left side of the screen, of course, we do have from the previous game, Smidgen on Eevee, stolzey on Androxus, QT on Knessa, doesupz on Cassie, and SuhhhKyle picking up that pip right now. On the other side of things, Eager looking to make a reverse sweep. Wi-Fi on Cassie, Z1 on Known and Androxus, JAKEB on Knessa, Bitey on Ying, and Cammy sticking with that buck.
5, 4.
So we've got a bit of a change around coming from both teams right now. I definitely didn't expect Pip to be pulled out this tournament. I certainly didn't expect Ying to be picked at this high level of play right now. And in all honesty, Cammy's still going on the buck. It hasn't worked so far. I don't know if it's going to work again, but maybe, just maybe on Enchanted Forest, it has a bit more of a hope. The first point with the fight breaking around is the market, and let's see if the players are going shopping for frags right now. Damage being pushed out onto Match Point, this time with Eager at a bit of a positioning advantage. They're further up. You can see Cammy dropping a bit of damage right now, and actually all of Eager going in deep, but Bitey's so overextended, so low. doesupz going to be the second one to fall, though. Gets wiped out by Cammy, and now Cammy under a lot of fire uses heroically to escape, and seems to get out of there scot-free in the trade.
Cammy, Bitey goes way too far and gets caught out and shut down too fast as Ying. He didn't have a clone to jump back to. Wi-Fi taken very low as well. They're trying to find the picks, but they can't quite land the shots. Kusqt with a nice shot on JAKEB, but he's very low. Z1 Unknown trades stolzey for Cammy as they pick up that kill.
Oh, the blink freeze from Smidgen. Smidgen in the back line gets the blink freeze onto JAKEB. Actually wipes out the Knessa as well. And now that's going to open up the opportunity for doesupz to go in. That's going to open the opportunity for Kusqt to go in and start getting control of this objective. So Match Point, actually, with that single kill, start to take control. Tattle, you mentioned it before, how important it is to shut down the Knessa on each team. And the Eevee pick doing such a good job at that. And now, I mean, the flex pick in this regard is you've got Eevee on one team and Bitey on the other with Ying. Do you think Ying really is able to fill that role?
Though. Cammy's jumping in, he's trying to get onto Kusqt, but he doesn't find the shot. The rest of his team support him. stolzey, Z1 Unknown trying to land the kill with the accursed arm, finds doesupz, now trying to keep himself alive and take out stolzey with the help of Wi-Fi. Reversal comes through, but it's blocked out. No notice whatsoever. Wi-Fi picks that up, and they roll forwards. They find Smidgen too. They're looking for another few. Bitey pops the ultimate. That's going to give them vision on SuhhhKyle and the rest of the team coming in. Wi-Fi's got to be careful, though. He's very low as the potion launcher's coming in. Can't quite find the shots. Bitey and the rest of the team now trying to run interference.
Oh, but this time it's doesupz actually that's popped the scout ultimate. stolzey in a lot of trouble. Does get wiped out and obliterated immediately. Cammy diving in deep for the backline. Looks to take out doesupz. The body blocks though from SuhhhKyle is so good, but it's not quite enough. There's the chicken ultimate coming through. The evil mojo post-change still manages to catch Cammy, but the damage is coming back. This time from JAKEB as they have popped their own ultimate. The reverse blink from Smidgen after the double kill is good. JAKEB under a lot of fire. Heals up the transporter. Kusqt with the headshot. 1200 damage immediately.
Kusqt waited for him to come out of the teleporter, shot him in the head straight out. 96 points, match point, taking the first objective of the game. 2-0 up. They're looking to shut down Cammy as well. stolzey with a double kill. And they're looking to try and roll this one forwards to make their advantage clear to the other team.
I'm just blown up. Kusqt, that was disgusting right there. He saw the transporter fly out, preemptively scoped in, charged up to full charge, and dropped the damage. Now stolzey under fire from Z1 Unknown, but Z1 Unknown gets sniped out as well. So low, the scout ultimate popped by doesupz as well. doesupz takes out Wi-Fi. They're looking to push this payload closer to conversion. Buck now diving deep into the backline, almost gets the kill onto Kusqt, but no, the transporter is too good. Now Kus looking for the snipe onto Z1 Unknown, actually picked up by stolzey right there. The payload still being escorted by SuhhhKyle, and SuhhhKyle, let's check the ultimate. Very close to Evil Mojo, sitting at 60 points of charge so far. Bitey pops the ultimate, looks to do a little bit of disruption, but still nobody's standing on the payload cart. They need the Buck player back. They need Cammy back to try and make the disruption. As SuhhhKyle goes in, the sniper shots just aren't killing him. Z1 Unknown has to contest now, and this is where SuhhhKyle likely falls. No, still able to escape as the net shot misses, and actually all of match point, they're rallied around, just dropping the damage in.
stolzey and Kusqt up on the
Disengage.
barricades, just getting the crossfire shots through. Kusqt, doesupz, they pick up a double kill between them, and they get the payload push going through. That crossfire coming out from stolzey and Kusqt, perfectly played. This time, rather than put Kusqt inside the base where he'd be very close to the spawn, they allow stolzey to go and do that and have Kusqt on the outside of the base finding the sniper picks, and it's working out well for them.
Burn cards coming through as the objective is about to spawn. 2 picked up on most of match point, actually going for a 3-on-3 now. doesupz going for the kill to heal card as well. Very confident in their ability to get through this. And 3 cauterizers picked up to counter the healing coming out from Buck. Comparatively, Bitey and Cammy only able to grab that Chronos card. I don't think that's going to make enough of an impact, although it does reduce their cooldowns to actually be able to win the point on burn cards alone right now.
And looking to try and do what they can on this point as eager. They are struggling. They need to try and find this one. They've all gone into the point. There's the ultimate popped from the side of match point. They're looking for a great flank here. Not much damage coming through, however. Now trying to collapse on the
special
point,
delivery.
Pincer. Evil Mojo comes down onto just Cammy, but it's enough to land a full accursed arm on him down. Now they're looking for Bitey. That's another kill for them, and they're just cleaning up. stolzey and the rest of the team. doesupz find another. Smidgen with the double kill. That's a clean wipe. Match point in control.
And not just this, the respawns are slightly staggered. You can see they're probably going to have the opportunity to all group up together again. But with 44 points sticking up to 50, it's halfway through capture already. They're far too far away to make the way back to the objective right now. They're just going to have to give this one up again. Match point just so in control of these objectives right now. There's going to be no stopping them. And doesupz goes out to zone. Cammy leaps on in, but he's far too late. Has to retreat immediately, but stolzey goes for the chase. The net shot is good onto stolzey, keeping him at bay for just a second. But now Cammy, between a rock and a hard place, between an Eevee and an Androxus, gets shut down immediately. The payload not going to be contested so far. There's going to be no spawn camp coming out from Eager, as the damage from match point is just far too severe.
Bitey pops the ultimate to give himself some vision on the rest of the team so that they can not get the flanks here, but it doesn't matter. Wi-Fi taken down by stolzey. He's rolling forwards. That's a double kill for him. Now going to try and get out of danger, but actually he's hungry for the third kill. Cammy on top of him with help of Smidgen. They're trying to keep it safe. A cursed arm comes out from both, and they knock each other out. Kusqt gets a double though, and he's inside the base right now. He's looking for the spawn snipes. He's going to stop them from getting out whatsoever. One on JAKEB. JAKEB 3 doesn't quite find the fourth shot, shut down by JAKEB.
But JAKEB popped the ultimate there just to shut down one single champion. Bitey on the backside, able just to survive, supported by Cammy right there. But check out where the payload is. It's already almost so close to the conversion point. 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the clock for match point to regroup and contest. And they have, what, maybe 2, maybe 3 more attempts to look for the conversion right here. In a lot of trouble was actually SuhhhKyle on the backside of things. But SuhhKyle's going to be out of combat now, going to be able to heal up very easily. And it's up to Eager to put on a good defense and not overextend. We've seen them start to push out and get distracted as the flanks come through on the high ground, and this time they have to hang back a little bit more. They have to be so careful.
Smidgen goes in, forces JAKEB out of his sniper nest. Good cursed arm comes in the background though. Z1 unknown dealing a lot of damage to Smidgen, but it's healed up with the ice block. SuhhhKyle now looking very low as well in the 1v1 against this Ying. The blinks keeping Bitey safe and still causing some issues. stolzey finds Z1 unknown though. He finds JAKEB as well. That's huge. Kusqt with on onto Wi-Fi. He pops the Ying ultimate pop to try and give them some more vision, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's not enough damage. stolzey finds Bitey, and that's the payload going through.
There's not just nobody left to contest, and that's what I was talking about. Why are Eager splitting up so much? We see them from free cam mode in a casting perspective, whereas on stream, you may only be seeing a lot of these plays in first person. But to us, where we can look at this from a top-down viewpoint, we're seeing the players just split up so much. They're getting disrupted by all of match point. They're getting thrown from side to side, and they have no coordination to be able to come back from it. We're seeing them just picked off one by one, and now as the burn cards come through, I mean, look at the devastation. Everybody on match point on streaks. 2 players with 3 burn cards. Smidgen likely going to flesh that out a little bit as they have only picked up Chrono so far. I expect them to have more burn cards, but only 1 picked up on 3 members of Eager. I mean, that's just not good enough right now. They don't have that 15% damage reduction from Haven for those direct hits. They have a couple of morale boosts on there, but if the ultimates just aren't effective, like we've seen previously, Z1 unknown just not able to get many kills with the accursed arm, it's not going to be that effective. Match point have been sniffed out, however. They're hanging back a little bit more safely right now. Smidgen on the point early, but check this out. SuhhhKyle comes around the backside, finds 3 of them, drops some explosive flash shots in, and Smidgen now on the backside just obliterates them one by one as the coordination from match point is just so good right now.
Bitey was the only one able to find a kill there as Cammy. He's trying to find another one, but he's not able to do so. SuhhhKyle picks him up, and doesupz, despite no health, still rolling in to try and find the kill onto Wi-Fi.
And Wi-Fi boxing out against stolzey right now, but stolzey in the reversal actually opens it up for doesupz to get the kill right there. Now we see Buck coming in. No, Androx is coming in, running to the backside. Spotted out though, going to be sniped out. The scout ultimate pop by doesupz and Cassie. There's still players on the point. SuhhhKyle just ticking this one up and over. Cammy hasn't got heroic leap available. He's just used it to get in, has to mount up, and there's no members from Eager close enough to get onto the objective right now. Cammy's going in, but stolzey with the accursed arm shuts him down. SuhhhKyle with the kill. Bitey goes in, but it's just not enough. Wi-Fi, the last player left looking to contest this. Actually, Bitey's still alive at 0 health, but was wiped out and shut down as stolzey takes that one over. Match point secure their victory in the first place in this first week of NA Paladin Summer Circuit, and the overall victors so far.
And what a dominant performance there. Paladin Summer Circuit, it looked like the Paladin Summer Circus from the side of Eager, unfortunately.
Of course, well, we can't get away without making that joke in North America, can we?
Very,
of course not.
Looking very split up and disorganized, not working really as a unit, it seems, sadly, from the side of Eager, whereas the side of match point, just all over that, getting the kills, finding the frags. Kusqt really the star, but again, not really the only one doing work. The rest of the team is still finding so much damage, so many kills. stolzey, despite Kusqt in the previous games being such a pivotal man on that Androxus, and especially on the Kinessa at one point, stolzey with 20 kills there.
20 kills, 4 deaths, 11 assists, 5 solo kills, The highest streak of 17? This man is on fire right now. He cannot be shut down. And with Kusqt, usually what we've seen Kusqt do is pick up Androxus, but willing to give that away for stolzey because they trust and support them. And not just that, with Knessa on the team as well, they're able to take Z1 Unknown out of the air so easily. And arguably, Z1 Unknown on the side of Eager, no, not arguably, definitely having the most impact in that game. Not the highest damage, but the highest in kills, sitting at 11 deaths still, however, but the highest credit score as well, just able to contest the payload a little bit more and contest the objectives than the rest of the team. This is only the first week of the 8-week summer circuit, and Eager, however, have secured second place, picking up some points to get them towards that eventual 10 grand prize pool for the North American region. But if they want to get the overall top prize, they're going to have to change something up going into next week, as Matchpoint, the DreamHack Paladins Founders Tournament semi-finalists, do come out shining and strong. And Tattle, before we end things out, any closing thoughts from you?
I mean, it's really just going to be interesting to see how these next few weeks develop. We saw Enix pick up that bronze place, the third place spot against side of Ronin, apparently in a strong showing from them. So I'm excited to see how they do. There are a lot of threats right now in America. Eager, they have a great roster on paper. They just need to make it work. Matchpoint, we're looking very strong. But again, Eager have that potential. Then there's the underdog, the new player on the scene, Enix, coming in, looking to try and make a name for themselves. And it's going to be interesting to see how the NA scene develops in these next few weeks. But that's going to be it for today from the NA scene.
Before we leave, we should probably actually just plug a few different things here. This, of course, has been the Paladins Summer Circuit Tournament. If you're interested in getting involved with this, if you have a team that you'd like to enter to compete, it is region locked. You can only enter if you're from the North American tournament, if you're all residents of North America or residents of Europe and the European one, and vice versa. But you can find out the full rules and details on how to enter on paladinsworld.com. I'd also recommend, if you have Discord, if you don't, first of all, download Discord. It's a fantastic VoIP program, but also you can find the Paladins World server via paladinsworld.com, where you can meet up, talk competitive Paladins with a lot of other players, and potentially find new teammates, as well as using it as a central hub to find scrims as well, that offline practice. I've got to give a huge thank you to Paladins for being the game which we're enjoying so much, and we're able to commentate and showcase these competitive matches to you with. If you're interested in getting involved with Paladins and you're just catching Paladins action on stream for the first time, visit www.paladins.com. Now, I repeat, it is important that you enter the www in front of the URL, as there is a bug at the moment which prevents the site from loading otherwise. But you can go there and download the launcher, log in with your Hi-Rez account if you haven't created one, and then you can go ahead and immediately start playing. And last but not least, well, we had Kret coming in for a little while earlier. Kret, if you don't know, is a game designer for Paladins. He's one of the main designers on board, driving this game forward. So we're very appreciative of him for jumping in and filling one of the caster spots whilst Tattle figured out some internet difficulties. And we're so glad, of course, that Tattle did manage to make his way back in finally. My name, of course, has been Vox. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Vox_Tempest. You can find Paladins World on Twitter at Paladins World. And Tattle, where can we find you?
We can find me at, of course, TPG_. So tempted to say Nugget, but it is Tattle. Nugget memes, sadly, aren't to that level yet. I say
I'm
yet.
sure you'll get there, dude. I'm sure the reputation
Another
will
name change may be coming up. The Nugget days live on right now. But of course,
grief.
you can find me there, and you can catch a lot of the teams and their goings on Twitter as well. I know Matchpoint are, I think, at Matchpoint GG.
I'm pretty sure. I think I have that up here. And of course, Eager will definitely go and drop them a follow as well. And of course, thank you to all of the other teams who have competed today. Thank you so much for all of our wonderful viewers. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Paladins action coming at you on the almost now 24-hour Twitch channel at Paladins Game right here. You can find the schedule down below in the Twitch panels, which will be updated very, very shortly. And we hope to see you again very soon. That's it from all of us at Paladins World. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.